Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs. Babyface, or if you're watching on the other channel, then it's
Nina Infinity. Hi.
that's how you introduce your videos.
Yes, it's Nina Infinity.
Nina Infinity, hi!
I think it's perfect for this movie, actually. Hi, I'm Nina Infinity.
That's the first thing to edit out then. And we watched They Them.
We did.
The LGBTQIA2AA plus A plus A2AA plus
X equals MC squared.
Which is about a slasher movie. Allegedly, it's not. It's a nothing movie where nothing happens. But it's apparently a slasher movie set in a gay therapy camp, a gay conversion
camp. Yeah. Which I didn't even know still existed. Like I thought that was not a thing anymore, but apparently it still
Shouldn't
is.
be a thing anymore. But here we are.
Here we are.
We are in strange days. And its main character that we'd know, of course, is the bacon of the Kevin. But
dude, that dude's like losing his mind or something. Generally speaking.
Oh boy, I don't know. Look, there's a show that I watch on a Monday, like a vlog. And one of the people in the vlog, I think their girlfriend is in They Them.
Okay.
And so last week, there was this segment where he goes to the premiere of They Them with either his friend or his missus. I don't know, but he was with one of the cast members. And they were just all there at this premiere going, oh my God, everyone give a round of applause for these brave, incredible people.
They were also stunning.
And I'm just like... your film's got 12% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience.
Is that what it has?
I think currently, well, when I looked at it yesterday, it was 32% critics, 14% audience. That was the They Them. Not that Rotten Tomatoes means anything, but it's funny. It's funny when even Rotten Tomatoes doesn't give a toss to step in and go, well, you know.
It's 17% audience now.
That must have been my like.
Big whopper of a 17%.
Holy.
Here.
First, I got a question for you to start off with. Anyway,
sure.
Before we get into it, why is this film 1 hour 45 minutes long?
I don't know. It felt so fucking long. I was like, what is happening in this movie? Do you know when slasher films used to be like sexy girl gets, murdered in the forest?
Because there's a twist, which there isn't a twist. When the first murder happens, which is like 45 minutes into the film, maybe slightly more.
The first murder happens apart
from the highway one right at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Because that's the setup. That's your setup, kill. That's how normal, slashes normally start. When we're talking about the main body of the cast, it's like 45 minutes we have to wait.
Yeah.
And when that person gets killed, which we'll get to, because this is a spoiler review, because none of you care. You're only here because you want us to rip this shit apart. I know that. Nina knows that. Yeah. You know that. Let's not pretend. There's no pretenses between us. But when the first person is killed, you're just like, I sort of know who the killer is or what the premise of the killing's about immediately. So maybe that's why they had to wait so long to do the first kill, because once that happens, unless you've got no fucking brain cells, But if you got a brain cell, then it's just like, well, if you killed this person, then that means something, which we'll get into.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that in a wee little bit.
I mean,
So it starts. Go on.
I called the murderer. Like, I'm not gonna say it yet, but I figured it out pretty much immediately because of the casting. I was like, okay, this person's gonna be either like a cop that's infiltrated, that's gonna like take everyone out and save everyone, or it's the murderer. Like, it's got to be one or the other, because there's no way that you're gonna put this person, this billing on this person, and then have them like just be some rando in the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were the only, apart from Kevin Bacon, they were only notable name, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was it's either one or two characters, and it turned out to be one of the two characters. Unless the film was just going to do a complete curveball, which it didn't.
Right.
So we start off in typical slasher fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this was filmed so dark, I could barely see what on earth was going on.
And thank God for that, because the first person who gets slashed was like, not very attractive. Just, not very attractive.
Are you calling them monoggles?
Yes. Fugly. Let's just
happened?
Say it, okay?
Well, we'll get to tits later. I mean, you know, I'm talking about, you know, there's in a slasher movie, there's meant to be you know, there's an erotic element normally.
Yes.
Like, fuck it. If you got anything erotic from this film,
were you turned on even a little bit? Like,
I don't know.
You know, maybe in the gay scene, I don't know.
The two gay scenes.
The two gay scenes.
Because they had to have one for the ladders, one for the lesbians, and one for the guys.
When I saw the lesbian scene, all I could hear was your voice going, "Fucking scissoring." That's all I could hear in my mind.
It's funny because all I could hear in my mind was Jesus Christ. So we have this, let's just say, middle-aged woman in a car, and her tire breaks, and then she gets out, and she gets all scared by a deer. It's all crap, and then she gets spooked, and then she gets in the car, and then some mysterious figure kills her. Slash.
Dude, that deer freaked her out. I was like, it's a deer. Like, calm down.
Blumhouse is now it's kind of like a parody of itself, because you know, you get the people just opening doors and it goes bah! It's like a dude opened a fucking door and then just walked out normally. It's like,
yeah, what?
Stop it. Stop
Nothing
trying
happened.
to make a jump because your movie by the way, this is about as scary as a poke in the fucking eye. This film, okay?
Going to the dentist is more scary than this.
Legit. I fear the dentist more than I fear this film.
I do too.
So I'm just like, oh God, don't hit a nerve, don't hit a nerve, don't hit a nerve, please, Jesus, don't hit a nerve. And but this movie is not remotely scary.
No.
It's not remotely gory.
You don't even see like dead bodies, really. You just see like blood splattering
right
on the wall.
At the end. Yeah, just right at the end you see some bodies, but yeah, you just kind of get a fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I already knew after that start, I was like, oh, we're off to a cracker here.
Woo!
So it's called Whistler Camp. Respect, renew, rejoice is their motto.
It's their version of RRR, but not very good.
Yeah. Sure. And we get a busload of diverse people, like a school bus arriving at camp.
By the way, that bus was like more like a prison bus turned into a fucking weird camp bus, but it was definitely a prison bus. That was not a school bus.
It's just like I know, you know, in the 80s when they did slasher movies, you know, you had, well, Kevin Bacon, of course, was in Friday the 13th.
And Steer of Echoes. Like, he's done some good horror
Yeah,
movies.
good. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just realized the connection. And they're normally like mid-20s or whatever. These kids are coming off the fucking bus, and I'm just like 30, 31,
Yeah.
32, 30, 26, 38. I'm like, this must be a kid, like a kid/college conversion camp.
Mhm.
And everyone looks like 30.
Yeah, they were all a lot older. Well, at least a majority of them.
And the main
Camp
God,
counselor.
no, I was gonna say
The main they.
the main they character is. I had to do a little bit of research.
Did you?
Is yeah, because it was quite clear. So I just wanted to get the full story, so I didn't make any mistakes.
Assumptions.
They are a female to male trans that transition during. It scares me to say this again. They're teens.
That's what I figured.
They're now 30 years old.
They're actually 30.
Yeah, well, they're 30 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
And they got that voice that they always get. You know.
He sounds like this
that
all the time.
The Elliot Page voice, you know. And so they're our main
Character
conversion,
yeah,
I guess.
I guess so.
And it starts off with Kevin Bacon giving quite like a nice, respectful speech.
It was very respectful. I was surprised.
Which I think you've seen in the trailers. And then he says, boys go that way, girls goes that way. And of course, this character doesn't move because they class themselves as a they, them. So they're just like, I am a they, them. And Kevin Bacon goes, oh, Jesus Christ, we have to play your game.
Which, by the way, I was confused about, because if technically, this is why it's this whole premise of gender, whatever, is very confusing. Because if you're transgender, like this person was, according to them, trans. So they had transitioned from female
trans non-binary, I think they called themselves.
They called themselves trans non-binary, but the non-binary part doesn't really make any sense, because if you've transitioned from male to or female to male,
I know, Nina.
Then you're a male.
I know.
I mean, that's what I think that was the original quest of wanting to be accepted as that opposite gender or whatever, is that you've transitioned into that other gender. So
which they have done.
So then when they whatever.
No,
my God.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so confused. When they were standing in the middle going like, I'm not either, I was like, but you are. You transitioned into a boy. So are you?
Unless they just had top surgery.
Oh, is that what defines?
I don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
I don't know the rules anymore.
I don't know the rules because they change daily, like everything.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But Kevin Bacon said, hey, well, I tell you what, how about we put you with the guys? And if you're not comfortable being with the guys, then just tell me, and we'll sort something else out.
Yeah.
So which the they, them is just like, oh,
okay.
That's kind of like really cool of you.
Yeah. They seemed impressed.
Yes, because of course it's all about getting the narcissist's approval.
100%.
Because it's their world and you're just in it.
Yeah.
And we've got real freaking stereotypes. We got raving queens who call themselves, raving queens. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm literally saying what they call themselves as. We have the closeted high school jock.
Yep. The gay jock.
We have some
closeted lesbian girl.
Well, we got some weird Russian dude. with black hair.
Wait, who was
I don't
that
know. It's
one?
just some weird like foreign dude who's like
Oh yeah, was
100.
he
Is
Russian?
like
I thought he was
I don't
Latin
know,
American or
70
something.
pounds soaking wet, and he's got like long hair, and they kind of look like a 50-year-old woman.
I know. And the guy was like, "You look like a woman." I was
Well,
like,
yeah, I heard that scene. Didn't see much of it. I heard
"Oh
it.
my god."
I got busy trying to sort the Lego out during that.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Uh,
I paid full attention at that.
I bet you did.
I was like, I need to, for science. It was for science.
For science, yeah, sure. So yeah, it was weird. It was kind of, when I say weird, I was just like, there's a bunch of real stereotypes here.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's a bunch of stereotypes, you can't tend to take it seriously
Not at all.
because you've literally got Raven Queens going whoop 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 de, whoop de, whoop whoop.
Mhm.
And you know, and all the others, you know, typical lesbian. You got to buy somebody. I'm buying them, and I'm like, which is weird because it's like I'm buying them. I'm a freak.
Yeah.
Buys
are
not
freaks?
really. No, not really.
They've been pretty accepted
You
for
just
a
look
long
down the
time.
road, you'll find.
I mean, everyone's bi to some extent.
Not really.
Maybe not.
No, I've got all this way through this life
No,
without fucking
Not even
a
a
dude.
little bit. No. Okay. I got news
No.
for you if you did.
I got news for you. I mean, I can see a dude and go like, he's handsome.
Sure.
You know, that's a handsome dude. You
Yeah.
know, buff. But I don't want to
Mhm.
fuck him.
No.
No, I'm quite secure in my
Straight?
sexuality.
Yeah, you're quite straight. It's okay. You can say it. You can say straight.
Well, no, it's not. It's not about like straight. I'm super straight. It's just like no. It's just it's an inclination I don't have.
Right. How dare you?
I know. What a
Fucking-
bigot.
How dare you, fucking bigot?
No, you know, I from a you know, I know what I
Canceled.
like, and I like the woman. The woman, sorry, cancelled for being yes, this heteronormative. Oh my god. So the actual counselors, there's a guy who used to be gay,
Mm-hmm.
but he went to conversion camp and now he's
The
straight.
same conversion camp. He was there.
Yes, this conversion camp, and now he's straight, and now he's engaged to a woman,
A closeted lesbian.
a closeted lesbian, who's
Yeah.
like clearly a lesbian.
A lesbian who also like is a predator, like literally was like sexually harassing people.
It's funny they did that with the women.
I know.
Hashtag me too.
That was
Asia
progressive.
Argenta.
That was progressive. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but shit kind of gets kind of weird later anyway. So
Mhm.
so you know, so Kevin Bacon's like coming across initially as a nice guy.
Mhm.
You know, he's just like, we're just trying to see what we, you know, see what happens here.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to change you.
He even used the words "your truth." He was like, "We're trying to help you find your truth." Like he
Yeah.
even used their words.
He even used stupid language.
Their words. Yep.
He even used fake language. So they take all their electronic devices away from them.
Mhm.
I imagine including dildos.
Yeah, there was also two
That's
other
just the
people
guys.
there.
Yeah. There's like another counselor woman and
She's the Karen type.
a medic.
Yeah, the Karen type was the dude's wife, and she was kinda
Bacon's
psycho.
wife.
Yeah, Bacon's wife, and she 100% like Karen because she had that Karen style haircut. It was again so on the nose. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? She's the chick from True Blood, though. was like, where do I know her from? And she's in True Blood. She was the waitress chick.
And then there was the camp medic.
Yeah, and then the other one's the camp medic. She's the one from My Girl. She was in My Girl, and I don't know what else she was in. She's in a bunch of stuff.
I can't remember her name, but I know her face.
Yeah.
One of those actresses.
Yeah. I was like, oh, her. I know her.
Yeah, her. Oh, her.
Yeah.
Don't know what she's called, but it's her. It's her, isn't it?
I hope she gets stung by a bee. Never mind.
Macaulay Culkin dies. Yeah. So she takes all their electronic devices off them, pads, and not sanitary pads, iPads, and mobile phones.
And medications.
Yes.
Can't forget about the meds.
Can't forget about American children on meds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, allegedly, this is what one magazine wrote. I don't think this is true.
Okay.
But allegedly, they said that the main cast of like the kids, when I say the kids,
yeah,
they are actually
that are there at the camp.
all legitimately gay, or whatever they.
Well, they're all LGBTQ or whatever.
Well, yes. However.
Oh, there's a however. Okay.
There is a however. Like, they are classed as alphabet, even if they're female and straight, but class themselves as a they, them. Because there's like a couple of them that class themselves as they, thems. But they are. Whatever.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Whatever. You say so.
Yeah. Whatever you say. I'm just here for the ride. And so they ship them off to their. And by the way, this whole like business is like 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
So they get them all in a group, and then we realize that a lot of the kids that came to this camp are literally just there to be seen on camera. They don't get any words. They vanish from the film after 10 minutes. You never see them again.
No, but you know what you do, though?
In bed.
Well, yes. And I noticed one of them immediately because she was like 200 pounds. And I was like...
Yeah, Nina, they put her in the baking scene. We get it. She's a fatty.
And the scene when she was jumping up and down on the bed, and I was like, what is happening? That bed's gonna break. That was the whole thing. Like, okay.
Nina Infinity, fat shamer extraordinaire.
I'm sorry, but it was so crazy because they go to this was hilarious actually, because they go to this group meeting and they're all sitting in a circle sharing their stories, and Kevin Bacon's asking them all their stories and like, why are you here? Asking these important questions. And everybody just goes around the circle, meaning by everybody, I mean the main cast, because everybody else, who the fuck cares about what your story is? And I was waiting for them to get to the fat girl because I was like, I want to know her story. And they skipped right over her. So I was like, what? I wanted to know her story. And I got nothing from this other than she's just there. So I was kind of disappointed with that. Didn't you want to know her story?
What about the 50-year-old man? Do you want to know his story? I am a man.
Maybe.
He's a dude. He said he was a dude. He was a dude.
He did.
Fucking took it like a dude later as well.
Oh my God. Like no lube too. Okay, never mind. That all went way too smoothly. That's just.
So yeah, they're giving all their stories. It's going on and on and on. And it's and then we get to like the first bedtime. And one of the girls goes to take an early morning shower.
Yes.
And then we see somebody's creeping to the shower hut Oh my
I
god.
was like, oh my god, it's the murderer.
It's
Finally.
the murderer. We're gonna get the first person bumped off, and it's gonna be a black
Yeah.
woman.
Oh no.
I was like, ooh, ooh,
I know. I thought the
no.
same thing. I was like, oh, no, they're
Oh
not
no,
really
they're
going to do
falling
this,
for
are
all the
they?
same trap.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
But
please God, no, don't do it.
yeah.
So you see them walk into the shower, and she turns around, she's like, ah, and then it's one of the counselors just looking at her.
Yeah, it's the predator lesbian girl that was like stalking the girl's shower for now we know why, because she was a predator. She wanted
Pretty
to,
hot
like,
though. I mean, I'd bang her,
she was
but
hot.
you know, she's
Yeah.
hot. And then, so why did she burst in on her?
Because she was
Apparently,
looking for a
that
grape.
chick
That's
was
what she
apparently
was
that
looking
chick was packing.
for. Yeah.
That chick was actually packing heat,
Very
and
much
they
so.
weren't a chick after all. Even though, folks, in real life they are female,
Mm.
but in this film, they were packing heat.
Well, you don't see it though. Just
No,
FYI.
no, you don't. There's no nudity in this
No.
film apart from some CCTV women's bums.
Yeah, and like
There's a
bra.
couple of men's bums.
Yeah.
There's a couple of men utilizing those. But there's no, you know, slasher film like gratuitous nudity. There's no like hot chick with a big rack
No.
who just gets it out because the
Even
jock
like
wants,
when they
you know.
go into the shower, you don't see like the front or anything. You do see some butt, but no.
So apparently, they looked at the medication and they were hormone like pills.
Mhm.
So she had to go with the dudes now.
Even though she clearly looked like a girl. Like I was like,
I mean,
again,
but
I'm
that's because
confused
she
about
is.
this.
That's because she is.
She was a girl.
In real life, she is. That's
woman.
hence. I think they're one of the people who like to refer to themselves as they. But you know, I'm an old-fashioned kind of a guy that doesn't give a shit.
Right.
About, you know, every individual fucking person on this 7 billion planet and what you want to fucking call yourself. So I'm just going to go with the classics.
Sure.
I'm going to go with the classics.
Because you're a bigot. Mm-hmm.
Some big old bigot. I'm big old
Big old
bigot.
bigot.
Big old bigot. So we're outside and we're going to do some gender norm activities. So the girls are going to do some girly stuff. No. Sorry, I've jumped the gun.
No, yeah.
I have jumped the gun.
First it was the rope, I think.
Hold on. They get lined up and Kevin Bacon tells off the, I don't even know what to call them, transsexual?
Trans, yeah, I think so.
Who was hiding their true
identity.
Their biological, oh my Jesus Christ, how'd you go? This is a minefield.
Yes, it is. I'm so scared. This is more scary than the movie.
I'm more pissed off with this stupid ideology which goes around that makes us have to go fucking treading through shit because you get fucking people on Twitter going, make that a different word. So, Jesus, I don't even know where I fucking was.
Well, Kevin calls her.
All right. So, Kevin
out.
says, you're a dude.
Yeah.
And you try to hide that. And I want you to dress appropriately as a dude.
Yeah.
So they line up the next day and they're in like completely a chick's outfit, but whatever. They're like shorts, like a tie-up t-shirt.
Well, she goes to like the boys' camp, and the they them person is like, we can help you, we'll get you an outfit. And because the they them person is so amazing and, you know, standing up against whatever is going on, they choose to wear the dress that person had on originally. And then the gay queen, and again, like, I'm not trying to be offensive, they actually call themselves.
That's how they refer to themselves as.
The gay queen was like, I have like, you can borrow my clothes as long as they're not the vintage kind. And then, like, you know, he gives her his clothes. So that's why they're like really girly, because it's from the queen.
Yeah.
And then so she dresses up like a boy, but not really, because it was literally a girl's outfit. And then the they them person wears her dress, and then they
Yeah.
go, and it was like in defiance, and like Kevin Bacon gives like the they them person like this glare, like,
Well, he
you
says,
defied me.
well, yeah, he's kind of like, I don't think that's a particularly appropriate outfit for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the they them is like the hero.
Mm-hmm. This is the hero's journey.
Is it too late? Is it too late to say what I got from this movie was alphabet community people are psychos?
No.
Or you could pretend to hide your fact that you're a fucking psycho. That's what I kind of got from this film.
I got from this film, I just got like, I can't believe this is a movie. That's all I
True.
got. I was like,
True, there was that element as well, for sure. So they go off and do some activity. They go off and do some physical activities to. I don't know if I've read too much into this, but isn't there something akin to like exercise the gay away? That one of the conversion things is like, if you exercise and exercise and exercise, that's when it's like something.
Maybe.
I think. I don't care.
I
don't know. But they're doing physical activities.
Yeah, I didn't get it though, because I was like, why are they doing the fucking rope? Like,
I mean, I think, like you said, I think there's some link to, you know, doing physical activity, but I don't know. Maybe
well, like with the rope, like the tug of war, I think what the purpose was to show that the men are stronger than women, but we actually don't even see the result of the tug of war. It was just the scene where they're just doing tug of war.
In all fairness, the first person in the front of the tug of war is the they them female to male. Okay, so biologically they have not developed muscle as a man. The next one is like the guy who calls himself like the fruit queen. Like I said, that's how we reference this himself. And this guy's wafer thin. And then the next one is like 50-year-old woman.
Trans character? Oh, I thought it was.
I think the only like person that looked like a man was actually the jock.
The jock.
Yeah. So they're doing tug of war, and then just all the like effeminate ones are just like laughing. They're just like,
And it was a weird scene, because it was like almost as if like, wow, this camp is actually kind of fun, because they were all having fun and laughing. They were having a lot of fun. It wasn't even like, okay, you know, the men won, so we're gonna shame you because you know they're stronger or something like that. Nothing happened. It was actually a lot of fun, and there was no result.
They were helping each other. There was bonding. You know, the counselor guy was clearly not happy with the bonding and the helping of each other. Why? Don't know. I mean, isn't that I don't know, whatever.
Well, it's because they were getting gay together, and the whole point was to get them away from getting gay together, but then they were all like being like, let's
laughing.
get gay together.
Just laughing and helping each other. This is not gay to laugh and help you. So, you know, I don't know.
No, I mean, afterwards, it was all leading up to the point where everybody just pairs off.
Because they're fucking gay.
So it might not be a good idea to put same
gay
sex.
People do gay shit, you know, shocker.
But it's like, if you're going on conversion therapy, right, and you're putting same sex with same sex, it's like, that's like asking for people to be gay. Like, you're asking for them to find their own partners.
Well, there's more to this camp. We know there's more to this camp, as will be revealed. So anyway, the actual female who's playing a dude who's packing heat goes and tries to steal her hormone medicine back. And then the nurse is just like, wait, what?
Wait, we forgot one more person, because this movie is so fucking forgettable. There was also the creepy groundskeeper. That was also
yeah. There's a creepy groundskeeper that goes, this is the creepy groundskeeper. And he literally just goes, and that's him. You know, he's gone now. We'll see him when he dies.
Yeah, and he was white and male, obviously. Just letting you guys
They're
know.
all white.
Just letting you know, yeah.
All the
The
things are
creepy
fucking white.
groundskeepers.
Every one of them. Of course they're fucking white. So she goes whatever for their medicine, and then the nurse comes in, and then the nurse is like, I can't give you that. She's like, these aren't antidepressants, these are hormones, and I need them because, you know, I'm doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't care. You know, I'm not really feeling anything here. 25 minutes have gone of this movie and nothing has happened. So we go into nighttime, and I'm just like, right, here we go. Because
But
they
she
wake
gives
them
her
up
the
and they're-
pills. She gives her the
yeah,
pills.
she gives her the pills.
Mhm.
So she's the nurse has got some empathy.
Yeah.
And then they get woken up in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and they get taken into the
The
forest
Mm-hmm.
and handcuffed together,
Paired
up, handcuffed, and then told. I gotta confess here, I've sort of zoned out by now.
Mm.
So, did they say you got to make your way back to the?
They said walk around for 10 minutes and we'll see you at daybreak. That was the thing. And then they were like, what? And they were like, go! And like that was it. So they were just
Walk around for 10 minutes and we'll see you at daybreak.
Yeah. That was what they were told.
But if they
From
walk
what I
around for
recall.
10 minutes, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, like they were like, walk around for 10 minutes and then find your way back to the camp, or we'll see you at daybreak or something like that. That was the deal.
Because all I got from it is they just sit down and fucking talk. But
Yeah, and then they were like the they them was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah, go.
Are you like serious?
Like that was it. So they go to
Sorry,
the
that was
forest.
my own voice because, of course, I'm getting over the coof. Don't mock my own voice, please.
No.
That's why I'm having to drink copious amounts of water and piss like a mule every 10 minutes. So yeah, so they handcuff them, they pair them off, and they handcuff them away.
Mm-hmm.
The they them is talking with somebody, and then they look and they see a person in a trench coat,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just watching them, and they're like,
the
"How are
murderer.
you?"
Who's
And that
there?
person just like moves back and
Disappears.
vanishes.
That was it.
Then there's the lesbian and the bi girl are together. I mean,
Mhm.
I thought you would have put them with different genders if you're trying to, but you know,
That's
I don't know.
exactly that's what I was saying, because you're trying to get the gay out, but they're like,
Particularly
no,
on this
no.
one, you know,
Yeah.
particularly on this one, you're just like, you know, if you pair them with a different gender and they bond with a different.
Sure.
So they put the lesbian and the Asian bi girl together,
Mm-hmm.
and they just talk fucking nonsense. So we're back at the camp. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I think the jock was paired up with the queen. I forget who the they them was paired up with. Oh, trans person.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I've got it right here in front of me, but I can't even bother to look. So somebody's going through the closeted lesbian who's married to or engaged to the closeted homosexual,
Mm-hmm.
converted homosexual,
Converted, yeah.
from,
Mhm.
he wants that white meat.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It
No.
didn't work.
This is a very weird scene later, which we'll get to, but okay. She's going
Which
through.
one? There's so many. Like,
Well,
oh
yeah,
my God.
when they're in bed together.
Yeah, when they're in bed together.
And they're
Okay.
using the
Yeah.
mobile phones.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was dying. I was dying.
There was a lot to laugh at this film. I
Yeah.
don't think it was intentional.
I don't think so either.
So she's looking through all of their gubbins and they're looking through their phones and shit. And I think, as we discover later, it's because they're looking for material to fap to, basically,
Oh
or
my!
to fuck to.
No, I don't think that was it because the Karen lady was looking in bags too. I think they were just looking for like more narcotics or like the pills or like whatever.
I think there was a number of things they were looking for, but you saw they started to like line up the mobile phones and shit. So they're clearly going to start going through all that. So they then goes to see Karen, and Karen's just like,
she sees, or sorry, they see the Latin American gay guy like come out of the Karen's office, and he's like crying, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, and he just like runs away.
He's not allowed to talk. He
No.
doesn't have any lines.
No. And then Karen's like, "Come on in," and like, you know, so them goes in and has a conversation.
Yeah, she's basically tells him that them
canceled.
I fucking
hey,
I just want LA to fucking blow up. I do. If LA blows up, the world becomes a tremendous place overnight. Comes so much better overnight. Just fucking blows. Just fucks off into
fucking Thanos should
No,
snap.
you can't say that. It just snaps off and floats away. See.
Come on, the San Andreas belt. We're rooting for
come
you.
on. Rooting for you. Okay, there we go. Just get a confirmation of my food delivery. Yay!
Yay!
Do you know what I've got? Do you know what I've got on my food delivery this week?
Tell me.
A bottle of vodka.
Because you needed it after this movie.
Like, I'm not even joking either. I got a bottle of vodka, some coffee liqueur, and some fresh cream. And I've got the ice cubes, and I am white Russianing my fucking ass off tonight.
Nice. Also, you can make carajillos, which is fucking amazing.
Carajillos?
Mm-hmm. It's like a coffee liqueur situation. It's very good.
Okay. Yeah, so Karen basically says you make all these fucking stupid names up because you want to feel special. In a very Karen-y kind of way. And I'm sort of sat there going,
I know, me too. I was like,
are we actually meant to think that Karen's not saying?
Yeah. Like we're supposed to think Karen's evil, and we're like just sitting there going, she got some valid points.
I'm not saying she's right, but I just say she's got some points here. But of course, those points are bad. And she's bad. Okay. Oh, fuck my ass, mouth, and tits.
Oh, they wanted to in this movie.
We get to possibly the worst scene in the film, where the female who's playing a male is upset, and the they them is talking to them. They're trying to console them.
Oh my god! I was like, which scene are you talking about? Okay.
And then the they them gets upset.
It's all coming back to me now.
Fucking about them. And then the female who's playing a male starts singing Perfect by Pink. And everyone in the guys cancelled.
I'm so dead.
Everyone in the guys' dorm, including El Jocko,
yep,
who comes across as a massive homophobe, by the way, at the start.
Channels his like
I
inner
ain't gay, and I don't want to be gay.
Yeah. Just ends up being
they all start singing and dancing and sliding and
and the fat girl was jumping up and down on the bed, and I was
what was she doing in the fucking guy's dorm?
No.
She's in the women's bloody bake-off later.
They were all there at that point because that was nighttime.
Oh, they all there. Okay,
they're all
okay.
Yeah, it was nighttime.
But they're all
and
singing and dancing and prancing and acting all cool and shooting some b-ball outside of a school, and a couple of counselors came in and said they're up to no good. They started causing trouble in the conversion therapy camp. So yeah, they start singing, and they all of them get into it.
And they're all
Kevin
like perfect
Bacon
pitch. It was hilarious.
Kevin Bacon stood outside like,
yeah, like so angry.
I'm not happy with these gay shit. So
this conversion's
he's not happy.
working out.
Yeah. We are now 45 minutes into the fucking film.
No murder yet.
No one's died. Apart from your beginning, slash. No one's died.
Mm-hmm.
No one looks like fucking dying.
Mm-mm.
There's been no scares or.
Mm-hmm. It seems like a happy camp. Like they're singing, they're dancing, they're bonding. It's
having a
like
good time.
They're having a good time. Nothing bad's happened so far, well, other than basically them having a conversation with Karen. That seemed kind of weird. But other
and
than
there's a person in a trench coat
right.
in the woods where all the counselors were wearing trench coats.
Right.
So the them decides to go into the counselor's quarters.
Mm-hmm. For no reason.
And he's going to they're going to the door, and then the door like opens and they're like hide on the other side, but it does the whole
Mm-hmm.
and the guy just walks out.
Yeah, that was it.
It was literally a guy walking through a door. A guy was walking through a door, and they tried to turn it into a jump scare for some reason.
Well, he was white, so maybe that's
True.
the scary
That's
part.
enough to scare. That's enough to scare anything away.
Oh my god, it's a white man.
Oh my god, you're white. So they go into a filing cabinet and immediately find a bunch of incriminating photographs.
Yeah, like of all the crazy photographs
of
for some reason
of mass torture, which has been going on at the conversion. So obviously they've been torturing them to get the gay away, or whatever. It just used to be gay nowadays.
Yeah, they're torturing the gay away from them.
Yeah, we're nearly halfway through the film. Nothing's happened. The medic catches them, and they're just like, have you seen these photographs? And the medic's like, I didn't know.
Oh my god, by the way, I thought that whole thing was a setup at that point, because I was like, there's no way this bitch just walks up and is like, what are you doing here? I was like, what?
Well, this film is so bad so far, I actually can believe that.
Yeah.
And it proved to be correct. So we then go to the groundskeeper.
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
We see the groundskeeper for the first time in 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And second time. And he's finishes his groundskeeping. And he goes to his pooter and he turns it on and he puts the CCTV shit on. And he's watching 3 girls in a shower who are absolutely not in this movie.
Wait, I thought the blonde girl was the blonde girl. The one that walked up last.
I think it was just a blonde girl they put in. But I think it's actually, I don't know. But he's watching some women from behind in the shower. So you just see like a little bit of butt crack,
Yeah, you just see butt.
So he decides to spank it off. He's into butts.
Yeah, he's
that's his thing.
Giver.
And he hears a noise and he's like,
yeah,
I must have made my introduction.
It's not important enough for me to check it out
on my PC, not check it out.
It's not important enough for me to check out.
No, I'm too erect and I'm too horny. Look, I've been there. There's a knock at the door. It's a parcel, but you're there whacking it off. And it's I could stop and say, oh, yes, coming. I'm just coming right now to pick up the parcel.
Oh, you're coming, all right.
Or you could just carry on, Many a parcel's been lost in my lifetime. So he then turns to start spanking the monkey again, and then somebody comes, like the slasher comes behind them and smashes their face repeatedly into a monitor.
Mhm.
Which
And there's the first victim.
There's the first, yeah. None of the counselors realize that he's gone.
Yeah, nobody cared.
Nobody realizes that they are gone.
Yeah.
So what a useless kill. But after this kill, I was immediately like, oh, because they killed one of the camp members. And if the killer was one of the mainstay camp members, why kill the groundskeeper now?
Right.
Makes no sense. So then I was like, one of the killers has to be in the kids. And because the mask is like slashed down the middle, I thought it's the they them, because it's the they that.
I thought it was either they them or the other person that I told you about.
Well, I thought it was them later, but quite later. But so I was just like, it can't, none of the kids are going to get killed. That's really sad.
I know. I was never mind.
It's really sad because I didn't give a shit about any of them. So it's just like, oh no, they're gonna start bumping off the counselors, not the kid. Ah, man. It's Kevin Bacon. He says, right, we're gonna do some. I think this is the gendered. We're gonna do some gendered things today.
Yeah.
Girls, you're gonna go cook pie. Guys, we're gonna go shoot rifles.
Yeah.
And then the dog, they got a dog also in the camp, and the dog's like walking a bit funny. And then somebody says, oh, I've seen this before. The dog's in a lot of pain.
It was the Latino person or the Russian, whatever.
Whatever they were.
They were.
No idea what they were.
I don't know.
They just kind of had this weird accent, and I don't know what the accent was.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound Latino, so I don't know. So they start, so the closeted lesbian is like into the blonde lesbian. And she's giving her, the eye. She's on a gaydar.
And we finally get the only line the fat girl says, which was thank you, because the predator lesbian was like, oh my God, great pie.
Oh my God, great pie.
And I was like, of course the fat girl's going to make a fucking good pie.
Shocker, fat girl knows how to cook. So then we get the medic who's like walking around the camp, and then the Karen catches her and she's like, why are you here? You are on the program, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, of course I am. So she's like, okay, cool. Let's move away, because this barn's like, not up to code. It had like a metal door with a lock with a.
Oh yeah, because she was like in some other cabin, and she just.
So then I was like, oh, now she could be the killer. So it's either her or the they them. No, the
other girl. Okay.
Yeah, the medic.
Yeah.
So it's either the medic or the they them that's the killer, unless they just do a complete curveball and go,
right,
I was that girl in that picture that was looked at right at the beginning for 3 seconds, type of business. Like logically.
Yeah.
Logically, which I know you shouldn't really use too much logic in a slasher movie, but so it's just either there or the they them. Spoiler alert, we are right. What's it difficult? We are right. So then we go and Kel Surprise, the they them can shoot really well, because oh my God, they're the best.
He was
now,
like,
this is okay.
Or they were like, I'm a marksman level 3 or marks person.
Yeah, I won marksman 2 years in a row, and then they went, oh, I should have said marks person. And I'm like, why are you correcting him? You're the one who wants to go by fucking they them pronouns, you dipshit.
Yeah.
You're the one who's playing these silly fucking games.
Yep.
So anyway, the closeted gay is just like, oh, I'll take you on in a competition. And he's just like, move those targets back 10 meters, 10 yards or something. So they move them back, and then he shoots, like hits a couple of bullseyes, hits just on the rim of the bullseye. some good shots, and then the they them literally just goes bang, 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 all in the middle.
Yep.
And then he give the old. I was head marksman 2 years in a row. Oh, I mean, marks person.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like why? Again, why are you mocking this? That's your game that you're playing.
Yeah, and then Kevin Bacon said something like, "That was really great." He said something like though, and then the Queen was like they, and he was like, "Oh, I'm
yeah, that's right. Yes, really, yeah." So then Kevin Bacon is like, "Hey, you're not a true marksman unless you killed Flash."
Yeah.
So he's just like, which one of you here is my killer? And he's like, gets the Queen. The Queen, by the way, who's not even shooting the rifle. No, I'm not even fucking around here. This is an exact impression. When they're all shooting on the range, the Queen has got the rifle up there, and they got their ass stuck right out. You know, they're like in a real they're in a pose that you would put somebody in if you wanted to take the piss out of a raging fucking queen, you know? And they're not even shooting the gun, they're just going like pow, pow,
yeah.
Pow, pow.
And they hold the gun like this too, like
yeah, and they hold the gun like
yeah. And also, can we just note that there was no gun safety at all mentioned, at all?
No,
like
I couldn't stop but think that.
Like I was like, what?
I could not. I was like, they're gonna just turn around and fucking shoot people in the fucking head.
Yeah.
There's no trigger discipline. They're all holding loaded fucking weapons and turning all over the fucking place.
Yeah. What? Like the trans person had it like pointed at herself. Yeah. I was like, what?
Him.
The barrel's pointing at your
but
face.
He's a raging queen. I know. It's literally just oh my god! I actually thought there was going to be a gun accident. I thought they were setting up a gun accident. Anyway, Kevin Bacon says, the dog is old, it's got cancer, it's in a lot of pain. I want you to shoot that dog. And they were just like, and did he like say something like, shoot that dog, you fucking queen or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He was getting like, you know.
He's like, shoot that dog, queen, or something like that. Yeah,
shoot that dog, you fucking queen. And it's like it's got a bit weird.
But by the way, now I realize why they actually needed a medic on site.
Oh yeah, because so many gunshot wounds every year. A lot of accidental gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
So anyway, they them shoots the doggo.
Yeah, because
and then he's kept.
The queen was under so much stress from the abuse that was happening, so that they decided to just take out the dog so that they can stop the abuse.
Yeah, there's a lot of fragility in this. You know,
and then like
to the point that you really don't care about these people's fragile, blessed fucking lives. You know. So Kevin Bacon's like, oh, there's my killer.
Yeah.
And then they put the gun to Kevin Bacon. He's like, ooh, come on now. You know, it's one thing to kill a dog. It's another thing to kill a man.
And I was like, take the shot. Take the shot. Just do it.
Shoot the queen.
Well, I mean,
shoot anyone.
Dude, if somebody told me to shoot
fucking
a dog,
die in this movie, please.
Well, I'm telling you, if somebody told me to shoot a dog, I'd be like, how about I shoot you? I mean, I have the gun. I mean, I could just shoot you. But, you know, whatever.
And then they just put the gun in the air and go,
boom, boom. Yeah. Which, again, is like no gun safety because you don't do that.
Yeah. So, fucking hell, we're getting onto some weird shit now.
Oh, God. This is when the movie gets good, guys.
over in the pie making competition. The blonde lesbian has made a nice pie, and you know, because the analogy is not fucking that obvious. And the closeted lesbian's just like, oh, stay behind, I want to eat your pie. And then she starts sticking a finger in a pie. And she's like, I bet you know, you're like nice and curvy on the outside, juicy on the inside. And then she
Cringe,
starts
bro.
like
I was like,
licking
what?
a pie and then
Mhm.
going, you know, I want to eat your pie, and sticks bits of a pie in
She's
the
like,
girl's mouth.
and the girl's like, I'm not hungry. She's like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking care.
And it's just kind of like, how many times can you say fucking pie in one 1 minute? Get a bit. Is this Guinness World Record or something?
Oh man, I want some pie now.
Yeah. So the closeted lesbian runs away. No, the girl runs away from the closeted lesbian who just laughs at her.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the lesbian, the blonde lesbian on the edge of a jetty,
Mm-hmm.
and then the bisexual Asian girl. This is so fucking difficult to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
Bisexual Asian woman comes to comfort her.
Mm-hmm. And they're smoking weed.
And they're smoking weed, yeah. And then they fuck.
Yeah. They start doing it like right there.
Yeah.
And that was
bit
the
of bra,
thing that I was like,
nothing
Caesar.
else. That's just it. Yeah. And then Fu King scissoring.
There was none of that going on.
So
she ate her out really violently.
I mean,
it was very violent. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of like
pleasurable.
Yeah, just steady on, old girl.
Yeah, calm down.
You know, you're literally eating it as if it was fucking food. You know, you're probably missing the boy in the boat quite a bit.
Like,
so I had it like her arms like fucking like, holy shit. I do not want to fucking BJ from that girl.
Wow.
So yeah, you don't see anything, but I tempted fate because I was just like, oh, the only gay scene they're gonna have in this film is between two women. I was like, that's the safe bet, you know. Boy, did I get a fucking rude awakening.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, there's about 10 minutes of the film left. Because nothing fucking happened. Okay, no, there's half an hour of the movie left.
Mm-hmm.
A movie that's an hour and 40 fucking 5 minutes long.
And so far, only like creepy fucking janitor's been killed.
Yeah. So the they them converses with a guy who doesn't say anything and the woman who's playing a dude. And he's just like, you know, I found these photos, some weird shit's going on. We got to get out the fuck out of here. So like, okay, we'll do it. You know, it's nearly nighttime. We'll pretend everything's normal now. Go to sleep. But in the morning, we get up, we get in the bus, and we fuck off. We're like, okay, nobody do anything suspicious. Let's just act as everything's normal.
But the queen wanted to save the jock. Like she was like, and then they were like, okay, so we'll wake everybody up. That was the conversation.
He's not. No, Jock hasn't had his. Jock's not done his thing yet.
No, I know, but the queen in that conversation was like, we gotta save the jock too, because like he's like married to me now, practically. Like we're married. And they were like, okay, fine, we'll wake up all the boys and the girls. We'll take them if we can. If we can't, we're all leaving without them.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care. They can fucking die. So we cut to the jock.
Yeah.
Swimming in the lake, which is really
bizarre.
Not very deep at all because he just like stands up halfway.
He was going so fast. I was like, wow, that's a really deep lake. And then he like stands up. Yeah.
It's just like up to his waist. It's like, what? So he's in the lake, and then he then the 50-year-old faced dude is just like, oh hi, I've been watching you. Do you want some company or do you want me to go? He's like, no, you can stay. So he takes his clothes off to his boxers.
And the way he walks into the water, he's like,
oh yeah, he's walking like a woman.
Yeah.
This guy's literally walking like a fucking woman. And even when he gets to the jock's like, you're like a woman. You're like a woman.
You look like a girl.
And it's just like,
yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So the jock starts. Oh man, I had to watch this. Starts touching the dude's chest and shit. And I'm like, oh no. One of my fingers is falling over here. I better start fixing them back up again. Oh, did I miss the sex scene? Damn. And then they start
went on forever. I was like, when is this over?
Well, they start. I think they start snogging because I could hear them in my
Yes.
ear.
Yes.
And then the guy was like, not here.
Yeah.
The 50-year-old face dude
Yeah.
was like, not here.
here.
So they then go to a barn
Yep.
where
A
they get
fucking
naked
barn.
again. They get even more nakeder with the butts hanging out.
Where there's a
and
mirror.
yeah, but
Watch them so
he literally
sad.
he literally fucks the dude stood up. So he's literally like fucking this guy's like the jock's tall and this guy's tiny. And the jock's just like standing up fucking banging him. So the guy's feet had to be off the fucking ground.
No lube.
But he's, obviously the other way
Mm-hmm.
because science. No, that was he raw dogged him.
And it seemed really pleasurable. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about any of this.
I've been in some raw dog situations and they've not been particularly comfortable, for either party.
Just saying.
Just saying that stuff had to be done beforehand,
Mm.
Just saying.
Oh, God. Yes, this is a movie. This is a modern day slasher. This is meant to be an LGBT QIA2 plus empowerment movie. Mm. Seems really empowering so far.
Yeah, so they have a very long sex scene, which I don't know what happened, but I seem to have missed most of it with all my shit falling down. And then the jock wakes up, and then
that was actually a really weird scene, because the way that they cut from them going on forever, they cut to the dude's face, like the other dude, the female looking
watching
dude.
the guys sleep.
Yeah, watching them sleep. So for a brief second, I was like, wait, did this guy just dream that whole scenario? Because I thought for a second that gay scene was like a dream sequence.
Yeah. For a couple of seconds I thought so, and then the jock woke up and he's just like, oh, well, we kind of did a fuck, didn't we?
Yeah. But it was weird the way they
initially I thought, was this a fantasy of his?
Yeah. That's why I was like,
but
no, it happened.
So he's like says to the jock, he's just like, are you embarrassed or whatever, or ashamed of what we've done? He's just like, no, I'm gay. No, I'm gay.
Yeah. Are you embarrassed?
Are you embarrassed? And then the 50-year-old face guy's just like, I know two things. Number one, you're either he's like, I know that you're either two things, predator or prey. I'm, which are you?
Which are you?
I know which I am. And then the lights come on and all the campus counselors are there.
Well, only the two.
Apart from
Karen's
Kevin Bacon and
closeted gay man. Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, dude, we're really disappointed with you being a gay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna electric shock treatment the gay away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So they do electric shock treatment where they put a fit woman in a bra and panties up, and then he looks at it, and then they put a buff dude up with abs and shit.
Yeah.
All the thing, and then if he looks at that, then they shock him.
Right.
And then they just end up just fucking shocking the shit out of him.
Yeah, which is weird though too, because I was like, after 2 shocks, he seemed like he would be dead, because that was a really high power shock.
And very long. It went on for a long way. Yeah. I was expecting smoke and shit to start coming up.
I'm that guy would be dead by now. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they ramp up the wattage or the whatever. So suddenly the next scene is they're bringing the jock to the medic because they've kind of overdone the electric shock treatment, and they're like, make him better or
fix him.
And she's just like, what the fuck have you done? And she's just like, oh, I am fucking sick of this shit. She went, I am going tomorrow and I'm calling the police. Yeah. And they're just like, shut the fuck up. You came here, you're in the program, you're my employee. Shut up. And that's basically what he did. And she's like, okay.
It's like, okay.
Look after him. The film's nearly over. So we then get the weird the weird sex scene between the closeted
Oh yeah,
homosexual
that's right.
and the closeted lesbian. And they're lying in bed together in their undies
Mm-hmm.
because nobody's naked in this.
Mm-mm.
And they're looking through the phones, like he's looking through the phone of the jock,
Mm-hmm.
and she's looking through the phone of the chick that she fancies, the blonde-haired lesbian.
Well, there actually she was looking like in two different photos because he showed her one and she's like, nah. And
Well,
then
no. They're
he brought
looking
the
at the
blonde
thing,
girl.
but then they're showing the other, they're showing pictures to see if they're like okay with that picture.
Yeah.
So no, so she's got the jocks, hasn't she? And he's got the
and he's got the like
and they're
somebody
looking for
else's phone.
appropriate pictures to show them
Yeah.
as if they like, can you get off to this? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So then they start fucking
Mhm.
and they put the phones. So he's got the phone by her head of the jock. So he's looking at the jock while he's fucking her,
and she's got
like
her eyes
looking
closed.
Yeah, she's just like, and then she opens her eyes and the fucking killer's behind her going,
Yeah.
Splat.
Splat.
I was like, holy shit, there's 5 minutes to go and we're actually getting some deaths now. So then the 50-year-old woman's face on the man goes into the lake. He's having like
he decides to go for another midnight swim.
Yeah.
But this time on a fucking floaty. And he's like, he's like
without a
around.
jock inside of him. And he's on like an inflatable ring. And then he's just like doing this with his hands, and then he touches a body and he's like, looks, and it's the body of the groundskeeper. And he's like, and then he turns around, and then there's the killer, and they go bonk and they knock him out. He wakes up strapped to the chair.
I mean, that was really fast too. Like, it's like, how is the killer going from like the people's cabin to the fucking lake, which is so far away?
Sorry, the killer is trying to get it all done by daytime, I guess,
right?
Because shit's
because everybody's leaving by daytime.
Yes. So now they're going, we gotta go, but we need to get the jock. So they go to the infirmary, and then the nurse is just like, I'm going to help you all, blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, the 50-year-old face woman dude, he wakes up in the electricity chair, and he gets electrocuted to death.
Yes.
So then the they, is it the they, them? Walks into the, no. The lesbian and the bisexual woman go to the like main church area or whatever
they went
it
to
is.
Get food. They went to like the food hall.
The cabin.
After they had sex, they got hungry.
They got hungry.
Like,
they got
Let's go eat. And then he's like, well, we're gonna get in trouble if we go eat. He's like, no, they said we can get food anytime. So then they go into the food place,
and there's just all the bodies just lined up, sat down, and she's like, ah! And then I thought, because
that was a really feminine scream ass.
That was a no voice scream.
It sounded just like her.
You just breathe in to hit it.
Oh my god, it was great.
Okay. And they scream, and then they're alive. I thought they got murdered as well, but no, they're alive because, of course, no. You're not killing off any of the alphabet community, apart from the two.
Because I thought they were gonna die. Like, I thought that was a trap for a second, like that they were gonna turn around and this.
So I was like, oh, now they're killing the kids. This is Oh no,
get good. Oh no.
So they're all getting ready to go, and then the Kevin Bacon and his wife are just like, okay, look, yes, let's get out of here. Fucking shit's going down. Wife, you get a gun for me, get a gun for you.
Yeah, because the them was like, we need the rifles because we need to protect ourselves. And
I am a Second Amendment number. Oh, they're a Trump supporter, yeah.
Oh no.
So America. We need like no place and no violence, but bring the guns.
Yeah.
So
and then they turned to the lesbian couple, and then they're like, do you know how to shoot? And they're both like, yes. And they're like,
and then she's like, of course you do, girl. Of course you do. And then they're like,
I
hey,
thought you were anti-gun.
woman who's actual woman who's playing a dude, can you go and like run to get the satellite phone to work in some distance somewhere? Can you do that? She's like, I'm a black, queer, transgender woman. I can do this in hells.
And then they were like, okay, so you
Well, that's
take
just
the
like
kids.
weird brag, you know?
I was like, what?
This is not the time to brag. Just do it. People are dying, woman. Guy.
And then she took the kids into the forest. And I was like, that's really on the fucking nose, man. I'm sorry, but she's like, come on, kids, let's go. I was like, ooh.
We're 30 years old.
Oh my God.
So Karen goes to get the guns. The killer gets her. And then then it goes to the they, them. So I'm like, oh, if we're going to the they, them, the killer must be the nurse.
Right.
So Kevin Bacon comes in to try and, well, the they, them tries to get the guns then because the Karen's gone. Kevin Bacon, he hears Kevin Bacon. So whatever fucking, I don't give a fuck. They hide in the fucking closet. Isn't that apt?
Oh my God. Then, I didn't even fucking get that part for a second because they did hide in the closet.
They hide in the closet. And then Kevin Bacon comes in and he tries to get the gun. He gets a gun going. And then the they them turns and sees the dead body of Karen in the closet. Like, but then the killer comes in and the killer's like, "Hi, I'm the nurse." And we're just like, "Yeah, it was actually really obvious. It was really obvious that you." And then the nurse has a fight with Kevin Bacon and says, "Oh, you don't remember me? I used to be here. You did a conversion shit on me. I'm a big old lesbian, really," or something like that.
Something like that.
And then
I was 14 when you put me in that chair.
Then they pin Kevin Bacon onto a fucking rhinoceros tusk or some shit.
That's like you're jumping ahead.
I know. I need a pee.
Them came to save the day. Picked up the gun off the floor.
Yeah.
Was like, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, get off of her because they get.
This is why the message went completely wrong. And it just the message became fucking alphabet communities as psychopaths.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Because the psychopath was going, you can kill him.
Yeah,
you can kill him.
Yeah.
Just kill him. And then they're just like. And then they're pointing the gun at fucking Kevin Bacon to kill him.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, I can't do that. So then they get up and drive them into
the best quote of the thing was like, "You can do it. You're strong enough." And they them was like, "No, I'm strong enough not to do this." And then puts the gun on the fucking desk.
So the nurse kills Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Pushes him into a rhinoceros horn.
Yeah, and then he dies.
And then the best line. This is, what was it? The RRR revenge.
This is my respect, rejoice, whatever, revenge. And then she slashes his throat. It's just like,
what?
You really hate people, don't you?
Yeah.
Whoever wrote this really hates people. So then the police come. And they just let they then walk out because they're not a suspect at all, apparently.
Yeah, but also the murderer at this point tries to recruit the they them and was like, "Let's go around the country murdering."
Oh my God!
People.
Do you know something? I thought they were going to do it as well.
I thought so too, but the they them.
But them too. No. We're killing more straight people.
Conversion therapy camps. But then the they them was like, "No, I'm not doing this." And then
they're like, then it's daytime and the police are taking them away, and then they look at the nurse and she's being handcuffed and put in a car, and they're like looking at them with like. With sympathy, and it's
but also the medic chick that was murdering everyone got to take a shower before she got arrested because
all the blood's off,
the blood was gone. Like I was like, did they let her go take a shower before they arrested her?
We need to arrest you. Do you mind if I just take a shower?
Yeah, we don't want any blood in our car, please. Just watch.
And then they all went, "Yay, we're the bestest gays in the village," and it ended.
Yeah. And then it's like the end.
That
was it.
They then was dog/shit.
Mhm. It was like, what the I just
It was
don't understand how this is a movie.
terrible, full of stereotypical tropes. The messaging all over the fucking place.
Mhm.
You could have, you had like two closeted people in the murdered section, and you didn't do anything about how conversion therapy, there was no horror in this.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
It was
and the ending scene was like the lesbian couple were hanging out together, and the trans and the they them person was hanging out together, and then they're like, now
the
we're
jock
living
got
our
taken
best
to hospital, and the Black Queen went with them, and they were just like, "Are you family?"
Oh, and the
One
lesbian
is,
couple, who, by the way, the bi chick lied to go over there because she was actually a journalist that was trying to expose the conversion camp. So she's like, I'm sorry, I lied to you. And then, so like now they're a couple, so they're gonna go and be gay together. That was
something?
the story.
I didn't even fucking register that.
That was it.
I was so fucking
You
checked
checked
out.
out.
Right. So there you go, folks.
That's it.
If you're thinking about watching They Them, don't.
Yeah, save your time.
Even though it's free, well, not free, but it's on Peacock. Don't do it. It's not so bad that it's good, but I did laugh uproariously in many places, which I probably shouldn't have.
It was very interesting.
So with that, on my channel, take care, bye for now. And Nina, on your channel.
Thank you so much, everybody. Check out my channel, Nina Infinity, and thank you as
You're on your channel. You're on your fucking channel.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Subscribe. As thank you for doing this review. It was really fun.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.